Beer Babies and Tin Man presents The Battle of the Beers. Now, anyone can throw hands. It takes a special kind of mind to go into beer review. The subtleties. The hops. Is that citrus? Using all of our combined brain power, we challenge these beers to impress. But will it strike first? Or will they be checkmated? That's right, you're listening to the Thinking Man's Beer Review Podcast. You have got Beer Babies, and we have partnered up with our great friends at Tin Man. So if you want a hand-picked selection of craft beers sent straight to your door, then you would be wild not to get in touch with Tin Man. So, as I'm...
You just like slid it across your microphone.
So, Dex, you can just... If you want everything to work perfectly, then you should go to Tin Man, not Beer Babies. Tin Man and us have partnered up to bring you guys some awesome reviews of an awesome selection of beers. Tin Man do all the hard work. They select awesome craft beers from all over Australia and they send them right to your door. And if you, the listener at home, want to get in on this, you're like, wow, that sounds like an amazing deal. I want craft beer sent to my house. How can I make this happen? Well, you go on their website and at checkout, if you use the code BEERBABIES, you're going to get 10% off. So that sounds like a great deal to me. And not only is it a great deal to me, Will, one of the hosts of Beer Babies, it's also a great deal for you, isn't it, Deck?
Yeah, it's an awesome deal for someone who doesn't like beer.
And Billy, as someone who loves beer, you love that deal.
Yeah, I love beer. I'm Billy, but I'm also a tight ass. So no, I'm just like, do they sell them individually?
The only thing Billy likes more than beers is deals. And so this is great for him. And it's great for us. It's great for you. So, as I'm sure you're already aware from our last episode, we are doing the Battle of the Beers. And we've got a bunch of beers today to put up against each other to see if they can get through to the grand final. So, I'm going to kick things off. And I've got the Beer Garden Lager, which is pretty cool. My camera wouldn't focus, so Deck, do you want to pour these out and get that nice in shot? So
Slow down.
I'm going to read out some information all about it. So this is Blackman's Beer Garden Lager. So they're from Geelong in Victoria, and the beer type is lager. They say on the website that this can of Beer Garden Lager will transform your own backyard into a beer garden with the very first sip. It's bright, aromatic, and extremely crisp. You'll meet a very refreshing amount of hops, first up, featuring a hop combo of Laurel, Strata, and Mokuka, ending with a very smooth finish. So, did you guys pick up all those hops straight away?
It's not overly hoppy. Like, you can definitely, they're there, but it's not crazy hoppy. It's blowing my mind because last episode, the lager, we were loving the lager, and this is another lager, and I'm like, oh no,
This is This is more what I remember a lager to be, like those flavored profiles. It's just not nice for me.
So you're not liking it? I don't know.
I was pretty surprised because I think it doesn't have that sort of lagery smell. I don't know if maybe it's because I'm drinking from the can, but I'm not getting that strong.
It doesn't smell like the bottom of a brewery.
Yes, it doesn't have those sort of sharp smells that you get from a lager. I think this is more mild, and I think taste-wise it's probably pretty mild as well. What do you think, Deck?
I'm getting the sides of my tongues are flaring up on those bitter notes. I know this is not doing anything for me.
So, Declan, we actually, for this podcast, have we've changed things up for our scoring. So we normally have the amazing, the irrefutable six-pack test. But we've actually mixed it up a bit for this, haven't we? And so we're actually going to score on 3 different things. What's the first one, Dick?
First thing is can.
So, what does that mean?
Well, how does the can look? What does it catch our eye? Is it cool? And we're going to be rating it out of a 2.
So from 0 to 2. Billy, what's the second thing?
It's got to be taste, right?
Yep, 2 is taste. And so I think that's pretty self-explanatory, but, what does the beer taste like?
What's out of 2? And Will, what's the last one?
So the last one is the whoa. and I'm all about the whoa.
Can we all do it at the same time?
Whoa.
I don't know how I'm going to cut to all of this, but we'll sort it out.
That's your problem.
So you're probably wondering, what is the whoa? Well, keep wondering because we're not going to explain it. It's more a feeling than something you can put into words.
It's like a Peter Parker Spidey sense. Like, you don't know where the threat's coming from, but you know it's there.
Speaking of threats, I think that this is okay. It's not really like, yeah, knocking my socks off, but it's nice, but it's not bad. So to be honest, I think the can is really cool. It's quite fun. I think I'm gonna give this one a 1 for the can, a 1 for taste, and a 0 for the wall. What about you, Deck?
I'm going to go 2 for can. I really like the can. 0 for taste. And 0 for wow.
Billy, what are you going to score this bad boy? Leave that silence. People love that.
I'm letting it sink in. Can I have a look at the can?
Oh my god. Billy, you're literally just chewing up time here.
We can cut it. The can is bowling. I love the can. It's a bit of fun. I'm going to give the can a 2.
I'm wondering. I'm worried I underplayed the can, but anyway, I have to live with that now.
Yeah,
It's
on you,
personal
man.
preference.
What are you doing? I'm going to give the flavour. Again, it's a lager, so normally it would be a 0, but this one I'm going to give it a little bit of prompt. I'm going to give it a 1. It's 1, and then for the wow, I'm going to give it a 0 because it's still a lager.
Yeah. That was the Blackman's Beer Garden Lager. Next up, Declan, you are going to be telling us all about the next beer that the lovely people at Tin Man sent to us.
Yes, I will be. I will be telling us about the Capital Brewing Co. Rockhopper IPA. This is a very exciting beer. It looks pretty cool, and it excites William a lot from what I've heard.
We
Yes.
like Capital Brewing Co.
We do.
So, Declan, while you tell us just a few little bits and pieces about this, I'll pour the beer out, and then we can get stuck into it.
So, this is obviously the Rockhopper Capital Brewing Co. IPA. These guys are up in the ATC, Fishwick. Fishwick.
That's how the locals pronounce it.
Yeah. So, this is a big and juicy, big and juicy. This West Coast IPA is loaded with tropical hops, flavours, and balanced with refreshing dry finish. This beer came in at 48 in the Gabbers, or is it GP?
Gabs.
Gabs, sorry. Gabs hottest 100 of beers. So it's on the top 50.
So top 50 of the top 100 beers of the year, which is pretty impressive.
Good. Pretty good.
I think Capital Brewing Co. had a couple actually finish higher up, but the really exciting news is, I don't know when this will come out, so this will probably be old news by then, but Capital Brewing Co. have just made themselves completely carbon neutral, which is pretty exciting because that's something that I often worry about drinking beer. It is quite wasteful, really. Like there's all the cardboard, the plastic, the metal, all that stuff. But Capital Brewing Co. are doing it in a carbon neutral way, which is awesome. So that gets a big tick from me. While we're talking about ticks, Billy, what do you think of the taste?
Yeah, look, there's a lot going on with the flavour. Like it's definitely not subtle. It's kind of got like a bit of a bitterness to it. It's very punchy. I don't mind it. It is a lot though.
It's a bit stronger than some of the beers we've had as well. This is a 6.1 standard drink.
Yeah, maybe that's kind of influencing the flavour a bit. What do you reckon, Declan?
So that's potentially the strongest beer in the Tin Man so far.
It's got to be the strongest beer I've ever had.
I think it is actually by like 0.1.
Yeah, if you want to know how strong the other ones were, go back and listen to the last episode. So
I'm enjoying the flavours. It's very drinkable. I reckon it's one of those hot day kind of beers, if you know what I mean.
I like it. I think Billy was spot on. It's got quite complex flavours, but I think Declan was also spot on in that it's really drinkable, because I think this it's complex without like overstaying its welcome. It's I think this is really nice. Like this is a good IPA. It's got like a nice like hard hoppiness to it, but again, doesn't overstay its welcome. Just sort of comes in, does business, gets out, and I'm really enjoying it. I like. It's hard for me to be critical because I like Capital Brewing Co. I like their style. All their beers have a very sort of similar layout on the can. I think that like they're like special releases. This is one of their core range. That's sort of their standard look. The special releases are normally a bit fancier, but I do like it. I think there's sort of like a subtlety to it, but it's also super recognizable, so you can always pick them out. Across the board, I think I'm going to give this one a 2 for taste. I'm going to give the can a 1, and the wow a 1. So I've enjoyed this. I think this one's pretty good. What about you, Dag?
This is going to sound very same notey, but I'm going to give it a 1 for taste, 1 for can. And the wow factor was Will telling me about these guys going carbon neutral, so that's a 1.
That's pretty cool.
What about
Anyone
you,
else
Billy?
in this podcast?
Yeah.
That must be me.
Did you even get a chance to talk about it?
I'm busy writing. stuff
okay,
down,
sorry.
okay? This is good for the listeners. I'm not talking.
I can't wait to edit in the whiteboard with all the 1s and 2s behind
all
you
the
the whole
math- all the
time.
math going on in the background. So the can, it is quite boring. It is like it's just their logo. There's nothing crazy going on. It's what it needs to be. It holds
It's not
beer.
it's not a sticker though, which is good.
Exactly. So they put a little bit more money into it.
Declan hates stickers. Do
Yeah.
not get him started on stickers.
Yeah.
He had a terrible childhood experience with stickers and it's ruined him for life.
Some of that hair still hasn't grown back.
Anyway,
So I'm gonna give it a 0 for the can.
Oof.
Ooh, I know.
that is rough.
The taste, I'm gonna give. It does leave the palate. It is so close. I am gonna give it a 1 for taste. Mm-hmm. It's good, but it's flavorful, but it's not my flavor.
It would be great if you did your
Got it. I got you.
Yeah.
And the wow, I'm probably gonna give it. I'd almost give it a 2, but I'm gonna give it a 1 for the carbon neutral. That's very cool.
Yeah,
It's not really related to the beer, but
No.
it's kind of an overarching thing. So
exactly. I think the feeling that it leaves you with, because you feel like you feel like slightly less of an asshole while drinking it. And that can't be you can't take that away. Like that's a good feeling. Feeling like slightly less of an asshole for just a hot minute. I would pay $8 a can for that.
That feeling of helping the environment.
Exactly, but you will not be paying $8 a can if you get a subscription with Tin Man. They actually do, like, you can sign up for multiple months and stuff like that, and that does drop the price down. And if you want the price even less, you can use the code Beer Babies at
Wowzers.
checkout for 10% off.
Wow.
And if you're like Billy over there doing the maths, you've probably already worked out, Billy, that if you get 10% off, that equals roughly
like one whole can.
one whole can of beer. So you're basically getting a free can on the Beer Babies. And
That's what I got. That's what I got.
That's the sort of service we provide. But the service Tin Man provide is awesome beers. So I really think if you like craft beer like we do, then you are going to love Tin Man. Speaking of craft beers we love, I've got the next one. And that is the Mountain Culture Status Quo Pale Ale, which, again, you can't see in shot. I'll pass it over to the deck. This is the Mountain Culture Status Quo Pale Ale. It's from Katoomba in New South Wales. It is a pale ale. The Status Quo is a juicy New England pale ale. It's made for hop lovers with a massive late and dry hop addition. It's full flavored and more tropical than a Hawaiian ukulele orchestra. So I am actually, when I read that, when I was putting all these notes together, I was super excited to give it a go.
Did you Google Hawaiian orchestra?
Yeah, I'm
Like
just like,
ukulele
how tropical is that? And it was very tropical. So
I can imagine.
you guys have had a taste. Declan, we got an audible ooh from you. What does that mean?
It's very, very tropical, believe it or not. It's really taken the bitterness of the last beer away from my mouth.
But just enough to like, it doesn't push it into like heaps of sweetness. Like it just takes the edge off
Yeah,
the bitterness.
it's not a fruit punch beer.
No.
Which is
Yeah,
good.
It's not-
it feels like I guess you were saying it's not a fruit punch beer, but it's sort of like it's a fruit on top of the hop beer. Like this is really, really tasty. I'm thoroughly enjoying this.
But yeah, so like fruity beers, opinions, thoughts.
I'm a big fruit boy.
Yeah.
I love a fruity beer.
He's a big fruity boy.
I'll go hazies for days. So it's interesting.
Sorry.
That's got to add a wow point, surely, because it's added one for me.
It's like knocked Declan's
It
socks
makes
up.
Declan do things.
Inhaled it when I shouldn't have.
It was interesting that this is a New England pale ale, because yeah, a lot of your hazies are like NEPAs, so New England Indian Pale Ales. So I'm wondering if this is a similar style, because what I'm getting is it's quite mild in those hoppy flavors, but it's got that fruitiness. So I wonder, is this like a hazy without the sort of stronger hop flavors coming through? And
Maybe.
when I taste it, that's what I'm getting. What do you think, Bill?
What you said, you just said a lot. And
And you weren't listening, were you?
I was listening a little bit, but I was just mostly just in awe of how you actually have actually picked up beers along the way and how they taste. And I'm like, I wish I was good at doing that. I wish I drank a lot of different beers. I have no idea if it's just
We
a
literally-
hazy beer with the hop taken away from it. But
That's blown my mind, Billy. We drink the same beers. Like, the only time I drink beers is when I'm drinking with you.
yeah, I know. But you're obviously paying more attention.
Anyway, sorry, I butted in. Continue. So you're not sure about the type of beer or whatever, but tell me I want to know what you think. What do you feel? Declan, while we're doing this, anything, feel the air.
It's good. It's fruity. It's mild. It's drinkable. It's just all round good time.
Why don't you give us some scores, Deck, while we're on you?
I will give this a 1 for the can. I like the can. It's simple, but not like it's simple in a good way, if you know what I mean.
Yep.
Like not boring. It's flavor wise, it's a 1 for me. It's doing something for me, but it's not hitting that 2 level. And then wowzers, it's a 0. It's not wowing me. It's not blowing my pants off.
I think the can, yeah. It's not doing anything super exciting. It's subtle, but like there's enough. I
Don't get your nose out.
genuinely like. I like the colors that they've picked and that sort of stuff. So that I am drawn to that. But I think I'd give it a 1. As for the taste, I'm enjoying this. I think this is probably the beer I've liked the most so far. So I'm going to give it a 2 for taste. And as for the wow, I think that they're trying to comprehend whether this is sort of like a NEPA light, is like really engage something much higher. I'm trying to do these equations in my head. So I think this one's going to get like a 1.5 for wow.
I can't accept that. It needs to be 1 or 2.
How about 1.5? Is that all right?
I can do it.
Thank you. And so Billy, now that you've had a minute to sit with it, what do you think?
Yeah, it's actually like. All right, I'll start with the can.
What's that mean?
It's like someone attempted to draw a flag.
I'm glad we gave you that time to think about it, Billy. You could really articulate what you were feeling.
Okay. What
cool.
is an air in a number form?
Oh, it's gotta be. It's nothing exciting, boys. It's gonna be a 0.
Okay, cool.
0 from
Cool.
Bill.
The taste. Wow. 2.
Okay.
The taste is wow. Oh no.
The
So what's
wow's
wow?
going.
What's a wow?
The wow is just how good it tastes. You know,
Okay.
it's just like I could drink this for the rest of my life.
And that's what while you were talking, that's what I was thinking. Like I could keep drinking this. Like so far we've had lots of interesting things, lots of fun things, like stuff that I've enjoyed trying, which is an awesome part of like a mixed 12-pack delivered to your door. Just trying a bunch of random things. But so far this is the one that I think I would want to keep drinking. Like I'd go back for another one. I'd go back for another couple.
Cool.
So I'm going to give it a 1 for wow.
Okay. Cool.
Did someone else get a beer from the Tin Man carton?
Billy, do you have a beer?
Do I have to?
Do you have a beer, Billy?
Well, there's one in front of me. Can we just do that one?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, luckily Tin Man bought a heap of beers.
We don't have to do anything. I love this. We can just sit back and enjoy it. Tin Man just does all the hard work for us.
So what you're saying? It's just like every other week for you, Bill.
Yeah, pretty much, because it's Tin Man is now Will.
Yeah.
Anyway, you tell us about the beer the lovely people at Tin Man have provided, Bill.
So this is El Toro. Declan, you can have that one, and I've got a little spiel. This is the Mill Brewing at El Toro. It's in Collingwood, Victoria. It's an IPA. Do you know what that stands for?
Indian Pale Ale.
Correct.
He's good. He is
He's very
good.
good.
That's why he's on the big bucks.
El Toro is an American-style IPA with a medium body and high bitterness. You guys are going to love that bitterness, especially you, Declan. It's brewed as a modern IPA, and it leans heavily towards a West Coast style. You boys know me, love the West Coast. California knows how to party. Is that West Coast?
I don't want to get I don't want to get demonetized, Billy, because
Who did that? Is that Tupac?
I don't know. Anyway,
Yeah.
Anyway.
You're right.
So
We're
the
suing
new
you from the grave.
Oh, look, it's El Toro, so I was going to do a whole cheerleader bit about
What does El Toro mean?
means the bull.
did we look that up or didn't I?
Burr. It's
No,
cold in here.
Anyway, what do you think about
There
this beer,
must
Will?
be some toros in the atmosphere. I said, it's cold in here. There must be some in the atmosphere.
Good job, Billy.
And if you want to break into song and dance, then you need to get yourself a 12-pack from the Tin Man. Declan, you've had a quick little taste. You've had a sniff. What do you think of the El Toro IPA?
Billy's description hit it right on the head. Very bitter, very full-flavoured, but not flavours I'm into.
Yeah, I agree. It's a strong beer. It's definitely more on the IPA side of things than we've had so far. We've had a few pale ales which are a bit a little bit milder. This is even like a stronger still than the Capital Brewing Co. which we had
This is
just 2 beers ago.
2.1 standard drinks in this can.
Yeah, she's a
Wait, I think
she's
that,
a strong one.
I think that knocks out the last strongest we had.
What's the percentage?
6.7.
6.7.
Yeah, that's the strongest one
Yeah,
so
that's
far.
the strongest beer so far.
It is superior beer according to the can. And
I
it's
don't know-
independent.
I don't know where the can's coming from, but I don't think it's superior beer.
Yeah, I think there's nothing wrong with it. It is a little bit dense. It's got a real while drinking. There's a real sort of fullness to it that I'm feeling. What about you, Bill?
Dense. I think that's why I connect with it so much.
I
I think it's quite enjoyable, to be honest. Do you know why you guys probably maybe aren't loving it too much?
Why is that, Billy?
Please tell us.
Did you know that they've actually made special glasses designed for Indian pale ales? Did you know that?
Are they the ribbed ones?
For your pleasure. So, I couldn't get any today, but I did. I did some artist illustrations of what these special beer glasses look like. Is that in frame, Will?
Billy, you should. It's in frame. You should know better than to use red pen. You know that's not going to come up.
It's really not coming up whatsoever.
It's because I did it in red so people can't photocopy it.
Oh yeah,
fair enough. Yeah.
Patent pending.
Yeah, exactly. So it's normally like a bowl, and then there's at the top of the glass, and then there's maybe ribs or something like that.
So
It apparently enhances the flavour. So maybe you boys just need some of those glasses to really enjoy this beer.
previous episode, we talked down at Penguin Brewing Co. And they only have those glasses, and they reckon that the reason they win for them is because it improves the head quality. So sort of as you're drinking it,
Ribbed head quality. Oh,
as
I
you're
love
drinking it, and it goes, so like the beer goes down, but each rib sort of reintroduces the head.
It does it every
you end
time.
up with like a thick head.
We're all about getting head here.
all about the head, man. Each one of those ribs.
So let's jump on to scores now, Billy. So what do you reckon?
So the can is the can looks super old school.
It's boring. I don't like it. It's making me think old European beer. I don't love it.
I like
I'm
it.
pretty sure though the Toros in Bring It On had these colours. It was purple, white, and gold.
Anyway,
Don't quote me on that.
Who's watching anyway?
Who hasn't watched Bring It On?
Anyway, come on.
Yeah, there's nothing fancy about the can. It's a container. It's a vessel that holds beer. I'm gonna give it a 0.
That's a crazy realization. Like 8 beers in.
It could do so much better. They did that can design because they needed one. So I'm gonna do that. The taste, I'm gonna give it a 2 because it is a very tasty beer. If you're into that kind of thing, the bitterness and the goodness. And the wow, I can't really give it anything for the wow. What about you, Will?
Yeah, I think I'm a little bit underwhelmed by this beer. I think like it doesn't taste too bad, so I'm going to give it a 1 for taste. The can is pretty boring. I'm giving it a 0. And the wow, there's nothing there. So I'm going to give it a 0.
So the only thing, like, I'm going to just speed run this. 0, 0, 1. You can figure out what I'm doing for.
It doesn't matter at the end.
Yeah.
No, let's quickly guess. So 0, 0, 1. I think Declan is giving...
0 for the can.
Oh, I don't know. I think he's giving 1 for the can, is my guess.
I think it's a wow.
What do you reckon? What do you reckon?
So
What do you
bad.
reckon?
So he reckons the...
I think the wow is the 1 because you're like, wow, this actually sucks.
I wish I had a prize to give because Will's the winner.
Woo!
Can gets a 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the can. It's the only thing I'm here for.
Yep, exactly. It's simple, but it's to the point. It's what we need. So, Declan, thank you so much for that concise answer.
Maybe I should just do that for all of mine, just guessing game.
So, in our second round of the Beer Babies / Tin Man Presents Battle of the Beers, out of these 4 beers, let's find out who is going all the way to nationals.
Drum roll, please.
In 4th place was the Mill Brewery's El Toro with 4 points.
Sad.
In 3rd place was the Blackman's Beer Garden Lager. I think just being a lager sort of dropped it down a few points there.
Funny that the lager won last time, though.
It's fun. That's it.
We actually really enjoyed that
That's
lager,
life.
though. Like,
Sunrise, sunset. That's how it is.
Live, laugh, love.
In 2nd place was my personal favourite brewery. It is the Capital Brewing Co.'s Rockhopper IPA with 9 points. So that leaves in 1st position the Mountain Culture Status Quo Pale Ale
By 0.5.
with 9.5 points. So
it
it's
wins by
We
your
were-
fucking 0.5.
Yeah, we were just, if you could make his mind up, it would have been like like a clear winner, not
Or-
just like a sort of winner. Like
Yeah, that or a draw. And
So
we would have to play, like,
that's
rock,
the
paper,
thing,
scissors.
Declan. The best beer came out on top, and it won.
I didn't
and
realise
so that's our winner.
0.5s were a thing because I'd be going 0.5.
No,
Yeah,
let's
Declan, next episode, let's do fractions.
Yeah, like I've been doing quarters.
no.
Yeah.
I
I'm gonna
think,
give this
I'll be 10/8.
I'll be giving this a 2.5.
anyway, I would just like to say a massive thank you to all the fine folks at Tin Man for sending us this incredible 12-pack of beer, which we are slowly making our way through. If you want to get your hands on one, then go to their website, which I'll put the link all over the place so you can find it. And when you get to the checkout, use the code BEERBABIES and you'll get 10% off. That's a free beer on us. So you're welcome. This has been so much fun, and we will see you on the next one. See ya.
See ya.
Speaking of running through, see you guys. I need to go to the toilet.
I need to go to the toilet too.